So for the last month, for my channel with 1,700 subscribers, YouTube has paid me a grand total of What's up, guys? It is your boy Jerome, and today we're going to be talking about how much money YouTube pays a small channel like mine, but also how that money can scale. Before we jump right into the numbers, I want to make sure we talk about how you get monetized on YouTube itself. So first, to even get monetized on YouTube, you have to first have 1,000 subscribers as well as 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. In my case, the 1,000 subscribers was actually pretty easy, and I think I hit that in about 9 or 10 months or so, but it's the 4,000 hours that takes a really long time. For me, that part actually took about 18 months or so, because if you think about it, as soon as you pass that 12-month mark, every new day that you add, say, 10 hours of watch time, you're gonna lose that 365th or 66th days worth of watch time, because it has to be in the last 12 months. And that just makes the process really, really difficult overall. But if you want to help small channels like this one grow, then make sure to smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe too. Once you finally hit those requirements, you can officially apply to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program. Well, what exactly does that mean? Well, now you get the additional perk of finally being able to monetize your videos as long as it meets all of the YouTube guidelines and your content is family friendly. Now, in the past, family friendly meant no cuss words, no alluding to drugs or alcohol, and definitely no depictions of violence, even if it's for a sketch or comedy or any sort of prank or anything like that. But actually, a couple weeks ago, YouTube updated their policy to now you're allowed to have light cursing or light discussions of alcohol. And so they've eased up on that a little bit, but you still have to keep it essentially PG-13. But the big change once you become a part of the partner program is that all of a sudden, subscribers don't mean shit. Just kidding. I love all of you very, very much, and thank you guys so much for continuing to support this channel. What I mean is that the number of subscribers that you have doesn't actually matter anymore for how much money you're gonna make on YouTube. Now, all of a sudden, the payout is dependent solely on the number of views, which is kind of odd because that was the one thing that isn't a part of the requirements at all to be a part of the partner program. But anyways, it's all based on views. The way that subscribers help is that typically channels that have more subscribers are more likely to get those subscribers to watch their videos, which means more views. And watch time is useful because in terms of the YouTube algorithm, more watch time typically means that YouTube is going to push your video to a larger audience, which again equals more views. It's all a little confusing, but I hope that explanation helps a little bit. Basically, subscribers equals views, and more watch time equals more viewers, which also equals more views. And all of that equals more money. Now, when we talk about how YouTube actually pays you, there's a couple different terms you should know. The first of these is cost per mille, or CPM. This is the amount of money that advertisers are paying for every 1,000 monetized views on your channel. Now, without getting into too much detail, advertisers pay on a bidding scale on YouTube, just like most search engines and websites. So what this means is that each individual video on your channel actually is going to have a different CPM, and they're all really just estimates. For example, if we look at my channel really quickly, you'll see when you go to content and look at the most recent video, we'll see that in terms of revenue, the playback-based CPM is $18.40. That's really high, actually. That's pretty good. But let's look at a different video. Maybe if we look at this one titled My Best Friend Niche from a couple months ago, we'll actually see that the CPM on that one is actually $13.48. So you can see that's a pretty big difference. So when you look at all these videos across all of YouTube, what you'll actually find is that there's certain niche topics that advertisers are willing to pay more money for. So for example, a finance video on YouTube will make way more money than a gaming video. And the reason being is because advertisers assume that people that are watching finance videos are typically people that have jobs, people that have more money and are willing to spend that money. Whereas people that are watching gaming videos, advertisers assume are probably children or teenagers who don't have their own money yet and don't actually have the ability to buy any products. So for that reason, advertisers are willing to bid more on a finance video than they would on a gaming video. Does that make sense? So for my channel, for example, we'll go to analytics here and look at the revenue tab, and you can actually see right here that my playback-based CPM that advertisers are willing to pay is $10.81. Now, I want to point out, I made sure not to say that's how much I make per 1,000 views, because that's not true at all. That's how much advertisers are willing to pay for every 1,000 views. But you gotta remember, YouTube takes its cut too. And honestly, it's a really big percentage. YouTube keeps 45% of every dollar that an advertiser pays. So actually, I only see 55% of that. Now, I've only been monetized for about 3 months or so maybe I don't have any room to complain just yet, but that seems outrageously high to me. Now, regardless of whether we agree that YouTube is taking too much or not, once they take their cut, then we have a term called revenue per mille, or RPM, which is how much money I actually make per 1,000 views. And in my case, if we go back to my channel analytics, we'll see that that is about $5.24 per 1,000 views. Now, for all the nerds that just grab their calculators to check if $5.24 was exactly 55% of $10.81, relax. Breathe. Take a second. I'm going to explain. There's two things going on here. The first is that all of these numbers are just estimates that are provided by Google Analytics, not the exact numbers. So there's going to be some rounding and estimation error already built in. The second thing is the CPM is based on monetized playbacks, so how much money advertisers are spending per 1,000 monetized playbacks. Whereas if you look at the description for RPM, RPM includes non-monetized playbacks as well, the ones that you're not getting paid for. So that's going to be like if you go on YouTube, you click on a video, and 1 out of every 7 videos that you watch has no ads. You just get to watch it all the way through without an ad popping up. That's a non-monetized playback. I don't get paid at all for that watch, but it's still included in this RPM stat. I don't know why they do it like that, because honestly, it just makes the RPM look smaller. In my opinion, if they only showed monetized playbacks, the RPM number would be a little bit higher, and I would think creators would be happier because they think they're making more money. It's like a mental thing. But I don't know. I'm not the CEO of YouTube. Okay, so we're finally here. How much did I actually make? Let's just take last month, the last 28 days. Drum roll, please. So for the last month, for my channel with 1,700 subscribers, YouTube has paid me a grand total of $61.06. Now for the year, that comes out to about $725 per year. You tell me, is that more or less than you thought? Let's even take this all the way back to the very first day that I got monetized. I got monetized on December 19th, 2021. So if we go to the channel analytics and type in a custom date, we'll go all the way back to December 19th, 2021 to today, which is March 30th, and we'll see the estimated revenue here is $209.42. You can see the CPM, $10.39, RPM about $4.65, and you can see all these little spikes in the graph. And that's because the CPM, RPM is changing daily. The amount that advertisers are bidding, changing daily. But you can see a couple spikes in here. You've got $4.21 on December 29th. You've got another $4.23 on January 28th. Most recently, $3.68 March 14th, $3.39 on March 26th. So it does fluctuate a lot, but over time you should see kind of a more constant trend. Now you might be saying $4 a day is not a lot, which I agree with you. It's not a lot. But YouTube is all about scaling your channel. Because even today, my most profitable videos are ones that I made a really long time ago. So you can actually see under top earning videos, my most profitable ones to date are a day in the life of an investment banking associate, $52.14. How to repair Beats by Dre Studio 3 broken headphones. I don't know how this ended up as one of my most profitable videos, but it is. A day in the life of an electrical engineer. Those 3 videos have made double-digit profits, and then you can see the 4th video here, how much money do engineers make, hasn't even broken $10 yet. So it's strange how out of probably the 60-something videos that I've made, only 3 are really making any reasonable amount of money. But that's just kind of how YouTube goes. These videos that you make forever ago continue to get watched, they continue to get views, and they continue to make money. So the next big video that I have that kind of takes off will just add to that tally, and then it will just continue to grow exponentially. So, let's see how this scales. Let's look at one of the bigger channels out there. So maybe someone like Jake Paul. We're gonna go to socialblade.com, which is essentially an analytics website, and you can type in any YouTube channel, Instagram handle, Twitter handle, and it'll just give you all sorts of different analytics about that specific handle. So let's look up Jake Paul. And if we go to his YouTube page, we can see he's got 20.4 million subscribers. He's got a total of 7 billion video views. And Social Blade will actually give you an estimated monthly earnings of, monthly and yearly earnings. But in my experience, they're usually not correct because I think they just set a default RPM, and it's between 25 cents and $4 or something. But obviously, someone like Jake Paul, I would assume, is not making 25-cent RPM. So let's just use my RPM with his views. So on Social Blade, you can actually just scroll down and it'll give you this graph of monthly gained video views for whatever channel you're looking at. And so for simplicity's sake, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the most recent month, February 2022, and I'm going to essentially just multiply that by 12, and we'll see how many yearly views Jake Paul gets. So right now, in February, he got about 10,375 views, times 12 is about 125 million views. If we multiply that with my RPM of $5.24 per 1,000 views, then Jake Paul would have made on YouTube last year nearly $650,000 just from ad revenue. And that's the important part. This is before his merchandise. This is before sponsorships, before his how much ever money he's making on pay-per-view sales for his boxing fights. Just off of advertisers' revenue, $650,000. Let's do another really big channel, Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast is known for creating these insanely viral videos on YouTube, and currently he's got 93.6 million subscribers and 15 billion video views. So if we do the exact same thing, we can see that last month Mr. Beast had 311, almost 312 million views. So we're gonna do the exact same thing, multiply that by 12 months, and we see that Mr. Beast got 3.74 billion views in the year, in the last 12 months. That's our estimation. Again, using my RPM of $5.24, we see that Mr. Beast made well over $19 million in the last 12 months. And I want to be clear, again, this is just advertisement revenue. This is no sponsorships, no merch, and this is just for one of his 12 channels that he has. So I might be making $60 a month now, but I'm coming for you, Mr. Beast. Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. I hope you learned something about how much YouTube pays and how much small channels like mine make, and at the very least, maybe someone is inspired to start their own YouTube channel from watching this video. As always, I'm your boy Jerome, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.